Okay, sorry about that. So now we're going to the knockout round. I just want to kind of show you the morning. Expand the map here. So by now, I kind of knew how much time I had. Um, you know, after I got to my spot, I'd sit there for 15 minutes waiting for the 10-second countdown where I could make the first cast. So this time I wanted to check. It was a flat morning, the first calm day we'd seen. So I ran kind of close to shore right here. I just wanted to see any activity around this major main lake point. Just wanted to take a look at the grass and just look at it in case I needed something. Just kind of hugging the grass. It's, like I said, dead calm, looking for schoolers, any movement on the water. I decided to, instead of just sitting right there, it's usually where I stop, went down in here. There's schoolers I've seen in the past, ran to this creek mouth right here, took a look at the grass right in there. Then I ran across, there's some scattered hydrilla, actually a mat out here in the middle. So I wanted to take a real quick look at that. And then I'm going to pause it. Right there is where I started. Right here is actually where I started fishing, but didn't really see anything out there. I did kind of like the looks of this over here in the corner there, but ended up going back in. And one of the things that I said I thought I might have done wrong is I didn't start in the same place. I just knew there was a lot of fish right in here, and I wanted to start somewhere different. I just wanted to mix it up a little bit, and like I said, that very well could have been a mistake. But we'll go through this day briefly, and let's see, we're on the knockout round. Zoom in down here on our little corner of Lake Toho. And here's the area that I started in. And if you remember, I had some bites in here the day before, so I just wanted to start over, do something a little different. And this was one of those days where back to my normal self. Miss, catch. Now, all these pink ones, these are fish that were hooked, that I had actually hooked. So there's two of them. There's my first catch. Another miss, catch. Remember, I'm fishing kind of slow. This is a big area. There's another catch, miss, catch. I ended up, according to my marshal, losing 13 fish on this day. There's another catch, but just the post-frontal conditions, clear bluebird skies, just made them not bite. They weren't getting the bait good. It was just a weird thing. So I fished a Senko a lot more on this day. Most days I was using that swim jig and the shuttering bait. Shutter bait was just in the open holes. It's not weedless. You had to cast it accurately into the little paths and little holes in the lily pads. And then the swim jig, I was throwing in this thicker stuff. And anytime I saw one wake behind one of the baits, I would throw that Senko and power pole down and just really hit it hard. Later in the day, if you guys were watching the live, and you can actually go back on MajorLeagueFishing.com and still watch the replays of the live, you'll see a flurry that kind of got my family, my wife and mom excited. When I moved up from in the 30th place or whatever, and jumped all the way up in the top 10 toward the end of the day. And this is where it happened, went back. I wish I would have done it earlier. I went back to the good area and just decided to milk it. I had not spent a whole lot of time in there because I did what I needed to do and got out. And I just wish I could go back and spend a lot more time here. I went back a little bit too late and ran out of time. But here's the first catch when I got close to it. Here's a catch, a miss, and a catch. That was literally 3 casts in a row right there, by the way. And then these last 4 catches were all within 10 minutes of each other. But you can also see the 5 misses in between. These were blow-ups in some hay grass. I guess it's Kissimmee grass. These were all blow-ups. These 3 catches and these 4 misses right here were all in the same type of stuff. And they just didn't get it. I don't know what the deal was. They pulled the jig down, get them, I'd get the rod bent over and just lose them. So that's the deal. Ended up fishing, around in there and had some time to go back out through here, and I couldn't get any more bites in there and kind of went out here and ended the day and just missed the cut by like 5 pounds. So ended up finishing 14th, and that's the whole deal. If I'm going to do something kind of crazy here and turn on my practices, I'm going to just toggle some things on just to see if we can see anything interesting. Elimination round, Toho practice day. No, I guess you can't toggle on a whole bunch of this. Okay, guess we can't do that. Let's see if I can do that on the trips. Practice day. Yeah, see on the trips I can. So if you do the waypoints and all your pins and stuff in the actual trip, you'd be able to toggle everything in here and see all your waypoints together. But there's all my tracks from the entire 4 days I spent on Toho. 5 days. There's everything. So pretty cool to go in and look at. As far as the packs go, go to my packs. Just go to the elimination round just to show you. There's all of my all the waypoints, all the tracks, and everything, and you can click on these to see how many waypoints you had, stuff like that. So, the only other thing I want to show you, and I know this is getting long, but I also have my practice day on Garcia, and there was only a few. There was only a couple of us. I only saw 3 in the 4 hours I went there. We were allowed to fish for 4 hours, and none of the guys went. So I actually drove down there. It was like 2.5 hours round trip, and this is Garcia right here. Blow it up. Zoom in. Put me over here. There's the launch ramp. Garcia is a pretty unique place. A little scary running around, but there's the ramp down there in the very bottom southeast corner. You can see running down through this little tiny canal. And this is all of Hurricane Dave video I've got of this. And you can see me getting stuck in the mud for an hour and a half. I'm going to pause it right there. But look at what I found. I was so pumped to fish this top 10 day, and it was just, trying to make it was just so stressful because I knew what I found. And I gotta move this out of the way. We're gonna let Garcia where is Lake Garcia? Toho practice. Oh, it's already right there. Okay, we're good. Okay, so you can see I ran all the way up here, and this is where I got stuck. So I literally pushed. I was so stuck. I was going about 50, and I was trying to go between these islands, and I got stuck on a sandbar. And anybody who fished Garcia knows exactly where I was, probably. It's funny to you, but not to me. So I had to get out and push, and I could not budge it going back the way I came. So I literally had to push from here all the way to here. And it took me an hour and a half by myself. It's big time waste of time. But going back to my practice now, 4 hours of not fishing, you couldn't even have a rod on the front deck, was the weirdest thing I've ever done. But I decided to use that 4 hours, the 3 hours that I had left, 2.5, on my trolling motor. So I literally put my trolling motor down right here, and all these orange things signify beds. These are not just beds that I saw, but fish. So some of them I'd have to power pull down on and sit from a distance and wait, but it was a nice sunny day. You could see really good. The water was crystal clear. Some of these fish scooted off, right away, but these are actual fish. All these orange ones are, 2 pounds, maybe 2.5 and under. A lot of 1.5 pounders and smaller. But you can see my tracks again, 100% on a trolling motor. I never started the big motor. These blue ones, that is an 8+, huge, one of the biggest fish I've ever seen on a bed. These other ones, again, the orange ones are smaller, 8+. See the other blue one? I triangulated these things. I was ready to go catch them, and I felt like, because I saw so many fish, I just felt like I wasn't going to make the cut. I just had a bad feeling. But these 3 blue ones are all what I think are 7.5 to 9 pounders or bigger. 1, 2, 3. These 2 are out in the hydrilla, hard to see. More small ones. These purple ones, there's 5 of them. These are all 4s and better, just good quality ones. So I got that one and that one. And these 3 were out in the hydrilla. Impossible for anybody to see it unless it was a calm, sunny day. So in the championship round, those guys, if they didn't find these fish, there's no way they're ever going to see them in that choppy, cloudy conditions or fog, And then those were all the big ones that I found. And I made it all up through here on the trolling motor. And these are more small ones that I found. This area, I have no idea, where Edwin or Jay Lee was fishing or any of those guys, where they did good, but Randy Howe. But this area right here had promise. I didn't see any big ones, but it was a lot of nice, deep, clean hydrilla with some eelgrass mixed in. And I saw a lot more beds than what I saw fish, but those are the 5 fish that I saw, and they were all small. But I was planning on spending a lot of time right in this region too, if I was lucky enough to make it. But I didn't make it. Finished 14th. And that was the end of that. Got off the water. I was out there for 3 hours and 45 minutes. And you can see some of the video and photos that I took on the Hurricane Dave videos. But that pretty much wraps up my whole experience in the First Bass Pro Tour event in Kissimmee. Keep your eyes open to, onangler.com for the rest of the tournaments. We're going to try to do this in the future. We got a Conroe tournament coming up in a couple days. I'm getting ready to head to Texas tomorrow, and we start practice on Sunday again. So we'll try to keep doing this, and hopefully you find it interesting. It's something that's worth a while. But I think it's kind of interesting to be able to go through these trips and look and learn and see all the weather conditions and all that stuff. I didn't take you all through that stuff on here. Just already took enough time going through just waypoints and memories. But that's pretty much it. So we will catch you next time right here on Angler.